Hey guys, so today I want to talk about another Channel 4 show, and this is the Amish World's Squarest Teenagers. Now, when I first heard about this, I was like, this sounds like it is going to be such a good show. And then I watched it on Sunday, and I have to say it was okay. It wasn't quite what I was expecting, but it was still watchable and it was still enjoyable. So first of all, if you don't know about the Amish, because I actually, one of my friends had never heard of the Amish, and I was like, whoa. But it turns out that maybe not everybody knows what the Amish, or who the Amish are. But they live in America, and I think it's 24 of the states. You can find them according to this website anyway. And they basically live secluded from the outside world, from the sort of more modern world. You know, it's very sort of Little House on the Prairie type thing, you know, very like farm culture. They don't have TVs, they don't use electricity, they get up to work, you know, like the women will stay in the house and clean, the men will go to the fields, something like that. So they're very much a family culture. They do things together and they work together because they want to, not because they have to, which is perhaps something Britain should adopt, because I know we're not like that usually. Sorry, my cat just fell off the sofa. So that, you know, you can see it's a very peaceful, very idyllic life, and as they describe their life to you, because they're it sort of goes from the Amish community to modern Britain, to the Amish community to Britain in this show, and you can see the contrast between it. But the way they talk, they're happy with their life. Now, if you ask any Brit, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to get a negative response. It's just the way we do things, you know, like, I moan about where I live all the time, you know, it's really rubbish. I mean, no offence to anybody else who likes the place where I live, but it's not a good place to live. But the Amish just seem really content in everything, and I think that is really nice. But anyway, in this show, there are 5 teenagers who come across to Britain to experience life in modern day Britain. This is not normally something that they're allowed, you know, but there's this thing called, now let me see if I can pronounce this, Rumspringa, I think, which is when they're allowed to visit outside of the Amish community before they're baptised to the Amish church, and I think they're 16. So they fly across here, which is the first time any of them had ever been on a plane, so that was quite nice. I remember the first time I went on a plane, I was terrified. I've only ever been on one twice, but never mind. So they come across here, and they come to London, and the 2 girls stay with this other girl, and her family, and the 3 boys stay with this other guy and his family. And they spend the week in London learning about life in London, and just getting on with their lives as if they were normal. No, you know what I mean, normal Brits. I mean, that's totally what I've just said is completely offensive. I didn't mean it like that. As if they were normal teenagers in London. But they're still kind of dressed in their Amish clothing. Slightly different, you know, they've got like the hat on their head and things. I can't remember what they're called. It'll come back to me and I'll annotate it. And they go to like a dance class and things with the kids. There's just lots of really normal activities. You know, they play rounders and they're teaching them to do backflips and things, which I think was a bit extreme. And they go on the tube as well, which was good to watch because I'm totally addicted to the tube. But then I thought to myself, hang on, this isn't really fair because not everywhere in Britain is like this. But it turns out that there are 4 episodes, and the next one they go to Kent, so I think it's Kent. So they get a taste of the lifestyle in Kent as opposed to just London, because obviously, basically London is very much different to anywhere else in the UK. So I'm pleased they're sort of taking it elsewhere to Kent, because I did think, well, this isn't exactly true. They're going to go away thinking that the whole of Britain is like this. So I'm glad they're going elsewhere. I'm not sure where they're going in episodes 3 and 4. I personally would like it to be Newcastle and Aberdeen, just because I can relate to them. Maybe Newcastle, you know, you can see a sort of reason behind going there, because that's quite different. But I doubt they'll come up as far as Scotland. They might, never know. But to be fair, they won't be missing that much if they don't. But it's just such a lovely show. You can see the reaction, especially the 2 girls, their reaction to everything else that they've never seen before is quite like, oh my god, but not so dramatic. You know, and you can see they're worried because they're not allowed, I don't know the exact ins and out of it, but they're not allowed to give in to temptation and things. They're not really allowed to drink. But that's the thing that doesn't make sense. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. There's this one scene where they're sitting around a table, just the Amish, like away from the London kids, and they're saying that they're worried that they're going to give in to temptation of drink and things. Yet they're allowed to. I don't know why they're worried about it, because they're not going against their religion as such, because this is the time when they're allowed to do that. They're allowed to explore this before they're baptised. So why are they worried about it? I know there must be more to it than what's been said, but it's just a little bit unclear, the message. And like I said, did I say this? I think I did. You've got like maybe 5 minutes of them in London, and then you have maybe 3 or 4 minutes of the Amish community and how it contrasts and things, which is really nice and it's really educational. There's also a website, amish.net, which will tell you quite a lot as well. But you just sort of learn a lot, and it just looks so peaceful. I think I could survive living there for maybe a week, but after that I would have to have the internet. I'd need my phone. I just couldn't live without technology. So that was one part of America I couldn't ever live in. But I wouldn't mind visiting. That'd be really nice. It'd just be nice to sort of remove yourself from the hustle and bustle of modern life and go somewhere a little bit more, you know, a bit more peaceful. So that'd be quite an experience. So maybe there'll be a show where we go over there. That'd be quite good. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. That's the only points I've taken down anyway. Oh yeah, something else. I don't understand. Maybe somebody else can clear this up for me, because I might have picked this up wrong. And what I'm away to say might offend some people, so I'm sorry if it does. I don't mean it that way. It's just the Amish said something. Now, I'm trying to understand the Amish religion. They believe in God, so it kind of sounds like the Christian religion. But they said, there's one of the girls anyway, said that Jesus is God. Whereas to Christians or other religions as well, Jesus is the Son of God. So I'm trying to get my head around that, and I don't know whether she just said it wrong, like maybe she wasn't thinking, or maybe they do actually believe Jesus is God rather than the Son of God. Now, for those of you who aren't religious and don't believe that God is real or anything, please do not leave comments saying, oh, God isn't real, because it's offensive. A lot of people won't like it, so please don't. Yeah, but if anybody knows more about the Amish religion and understands that and actually knows whether they believe God is Jesus or whether Jesus is just the Son of God to them, please let me know, because that wasn't really clear and it kind of confused me a bit. But other than that, the show is really, really good. It's on, I totally forgot to take down the time. Channel 4 on a Sunday, 9 o'clock? 8 o'clock? 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, because the show before that is that thing about the orchestra, which I do recommend you watch. And my video tomorrow will probably be about that, but it might not be. I'll have to wait and see. If you have any request videos or anything, as usual, please let me know and I will see what I can do with them for you. I have a few requests to get through. A lot of people have been leaving messages on my Facebook page, so I've been sort of noting them down. Also, some people, just a note here, some people add me on Facebook and then send me a message saying, will you please accept? I do accept every friend request, unless, you know, it seems really creepy and weird, which I've had a few of those, to be fair. But I do accept every friend request, so if you add me, you don't need to send me a message saying, please accept me. The link to my Facebook is in the below bar for you if you want that, and also the link to my Twitter, my blog, my website, which is still under construction. So please don't ask me about that, because it will be up soon, I promise. And my Formspringa as well, but I'm not on there much. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. This is definitely a show worth checking out. YouTube have uploaded it on 4OD. Again, I don't know if this is available outside of the UK, but hopefully it will be. It's definitely worth watching. I really did enjoy it. It was a little bit confusing at times, sometimes a lot of information to take in. But yeah, it's definitely worth watching. I will see you in my next video, and so until then, I'll see you next time. Bye guys!